Well, I'm here in Oklahoma City today. I'm Bill Jasper, the New American Magazine, and it's my pleasure to be interviewing today Senator Randy Brogdon, former senator here from the state of Oklahoma, now running for the big house for the Senate in the United States Senate.
That's right.
From Oklahoma. And it's a pleasure to be here.
Hey, Bill, good to see you again. Welcome back to Oklahoma.
Thank you, thank you. It's a pleasure. We have a lot of very important issues facing America.
We do.
We have a number of crises facing us, political, economic, social. So we're going to take a stab at some of them today. And one of the issues that is right central in many people's minds, because it's coming right at us, is something called Obamacare. What is your view of Obamacare,
right,
and are you for it? If not, what is the proper response that Senate should be taking with regard to that?
Well, first of all, I believe it is blatantly unconstitutional. I don't believe that the government has any authority whatsoever to tell any citizen of Oklahoma, or any other state for that matter, where to purchase their insurance, how much they have to purchase. It's just not a federal government. They have no authority to do that. As a matter of fact, as a state senator back in 2010, I wrote legislation here in the state to opt out of the mandate of having to purchase health insurance. So it needs to be repealed. You'll hear politicians talk about, well, we need to repeal, replace, need to tweak it. I think the only solution for Obamacare is to repeal it, and let's replace it with some free market principles.
Well, that brings us to part of the problem. Here we see, in this case as in so many others, the Republican response largely has been, okay, let's repeal Obamacare, but we'll replace it with Obamacare Light.
Right.
The Republican version of that. You wouldn't be in favor of that?
No. I'm a free market guy. I spent 30 years building my businesses long before I entered the arena of public service. And I believe in the marketplace. I believe in competition. And I firmly believe that government cannot do anything better than what the private sector can do. We need to have free market principles in place to where the doctor and the patient makes decisions about their health care, not a third-party payer, and certainly not the federal government, or in this case, Barack Obama.
One of the things that we've seen develop from the Obamacare bill, it was bad enough as legislated by Congress, but since then, the President has engaged in a series of rolling revisions of it, unconstitutional, changing the dates and mandates and conditions, in which he is violating the separation of powers.
Certainly.
Could you address that?
Yeah, and this president, really presidents for a long history have issued executive orders that by and large have been unconstitutional. It seems that this president has stepped far over that line. And if he just doesn't like a piece of legislation, he decides to rewrite it from the Oval Office. And that is unconstitutional. He has no authority to do that. And what I don't understand is how the Republicans in the House have not called for this man's impeachment.
Well, that gets to one of the main questions I had there. The President's enumerated powers have nothing to do with any legislative powers. And yet the Republicans appear to be completely willing to roll over and allow him to do this. They make a few statements against it, but there's been no substantive action. What do you see as concrete actions that the Senate and the House should take in this regard?
Well, and the Republicans especially have really let down their guard. They've quit fighting almost every front, whether it's Obamacare, the EPA, the NSA. Just pick a subject. The Republicans have quit fighting on our core principles that made the Republican Party attractive to me as a young man. I registered as a Republican when I was 18 years old because I believed in the principles of free enterprise and limited government, efficient government, and a constitutional government. Yet the Republicans in Congress has literally quit fighting for those principles. they should be calling for Obama's impeachment. Now, that is a very very tough words to say, and people don't want to hear that. It may sound radical, it may sound weird, it may sound strange, but for someone in that position to daily violate the Constitution is, he needs to be called in on the carpet, and I think proceedings should have happened a long time ago.
Well, particularly, he has come out and committed these actions violating the Constitution, but he then defiantly says, Congress, if you don't give me what I want, I'm going to rule by executive order and executive action. It's a very defiant stance, and it seems the Republicans have been just unwilling to take up the gauntlet.
They don't want to fight him. I think they're more concerned about their next election than they are our kids' future. And it's
I think they're afraid.
I
think they're afraid that they're afraid to take on Obama and the media. They know that the media will present it as them being divisive and bigoted, and they're afraid to take on that battle.
Yeah, and they're willing to go ahead and not even, rather than stand up on the principles that I believe in and that a lot of the Republicans used to believe in, now they do the Obama light like you described it. Well, that's just as illegal. It's just as unconstitutional. What's wrong with free markets? What's wrong with competition? We need to get back to a doctor-patient relationship, get the federal government out of making those decisions about our personal health care.